I have always possessed an intrinsic connection to language that transcends memorization, a quantum intuition for words, their roots, their cultural migrations, and their buried meanings, all converging effortlessly in my awareness every time I think or speak. I got an encyclopedic vocabulary that flows from the deepest origins of language itself, as if each word I speak or understand unlocks entire centuries of etymological history encoded within my consciousness since birth. I'm grateful that I was born with the natural capacity to absorb language with multidimensional precision. Where others see just letters and sounds, I see etymological maps, evolutionary layers, and cultural traces, and it feels completely natural to perceive this. I was born with my results, the kind of vocabulary recall and linguistic nuance that scholars train decades for, yet it's always been second nature to me, as though I was carved from the very roots of Proto-Indo-European thought. It's natural to have results that defy conventional learning, because I don't merely study vocabulary, I embody it, living in constant resonance with the etymological currents that shape human expression, with ease that cannot be taught, only remembered. Everybody knew me with my results, because the way I speak commands attention, not through performance, but through the weight of history, meaning, and exactitude that echoes in every word I choose. I do not speak casually. I speak with ancestral memory. I have great belief in this subliminal, because each listen reveals more of what I already am. Not someone learning language, but someone reawakening the deep linguistic architecture of my subconscious, where vocabulary is limitless and effortlessly accessed. That belief grows stronger every time I listen, because the words I encounter daily no longer appear random or isolated. They reveal themselves like familiar faces in a crowd, complete with origins, contexts, and connotations already known to me. I notice results every time I listen. Words I've never studied before make perfect sense, as though I'm not discovering new vocabulary, but remembering what I've always known, and my comprehension expands even while I sleep. I only have to listen to this subliminal once to notice fast results, because the transformation is not external. It is the unlocking of a linguistic code I've always had, and once activated, it works continuously in my favor. I notice new results from this subliminal every day, sometimes in the ease with which I decode unfamiliar terminology, sometimes in the way conversations shift as my speech takes on greater precision, elegance, and verbal power that no one can ignore. Every time I listen to this subliminal, I see noticeable results, not just in vocabulary growth, but in a new relationship with language itself. I no longer learn words, I absorb them, I wield them, I become them. I see through the superficial surface of language and feel the pulse of its ancient bones, prefixes, suffixes, root stems, phonetic migrations, all revealing themselves to me in real time, like breathing etymological blueprints into my awareness. I trust completely in this subliminal because its effect is undeniable. I feel my linguistic perception sharpening, words aligning like constellations of meaning, and new levels of fluency arising from dimensions most never even realize exist. I am grateful that my mind works in recursive, layered patterns that allow me to trace any word back to its origin, unlocking subtle power in every sentence I form. This isn't memorization, it's ancestral intelligence activated. My vocabulary expands exponentially, not in isolated bursts, but in interlocking systems of knowledge where every new word strengthens 10 others, and I feel my verbal command evolving with elegance, exactness, and supernatural speed. I comprehend etymology with an ease that feels cosmic. I no longer fear obscure terms or archaic diction because every word speaks to me, every syllable is a clue, and I am the solver of this ancient linguistic enigma. Every time I hear this subliminal, I feel deeper access to a linguistic matrix of wisdom, clarity, and complexity. And every time, I emerge more articulate, more exacting, more unstoppable in language than the day before.